Richo, today it's all about noodles and I'm going to do a rainbow noodle salad with some beautiful prawns on top.
They look fantastic. They look like the Hervey Bay prawns that are from Australia.
There you
up
go.
north. Yeah.
Beautiful. They are Australian prawns. Now, I'm going to use some brown rice vermicelli noodles. Look, I love vermicelli noodles because they are really thin and versatile, but these are the brown versions, so higher fibre, lower GI, which means it doesn't spike your sugar levels as much, so it's a really good option.
And really easy to cook.
Yes, all I'm doing is I've got some boiling water here. I dunk them in and I'm going to let them sit for 5 minutes and that is it.
That's it. You don't need to put them in a pot of water or anything. Just pour it from the kettle or pour it from the stove. That's it. All you need to do.
That's all you need to do. Now, I've already got some minced garlic in this bowl, Richo, and I'm going to put the prawns in. And can you give me a very big glug of olive oil, please? This is a really simple marinade, but it's really all you need because you're going to see what we're going to do to the veggies and the noodles.
Glug,
Beautiful. Glug, 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 coat, 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 simple prawns. You don't need much with prawns. Go for it.
Pepper?
Pepper, please. And I'm going to leave the salt out today because we might introduce it through some other things in the dressing.
Gotcha.
But that's just going to sit there, Richo, and we're going to move on to our beautiful rainbows.
I want to cook the prawns.
I know, later. First, rainbows. So can I get you to please start slicing up some lettuce and some capsicum, and I'm going to work on the cucumber and carrot.
Gotcha.
Now, this is something I do with my kids, Richo, which is I get noodles and then I introduce loads of other veggies and toss it through. So I sometimes do zucchini, but today we're doing a salad, so I'm going to use things like cucumber and carrot. And can I tell you, if your kids love noodles and having a mess with them, this is an excellent way to get veggies in.
I'm loving the way you can slice it with a peeler.
Yes.
So you get those little ribbons, or you can just use a knife. But there's also, you know, you can use the Magimix, the shredding attachment on that. You could use some daikon, which is something I like using.
Yes, you could. Now let's chuck all this into that bowl, please.
Gotcha.
So we're going to combine all our rainbows, and don't they look glorious? So when you see that and you're getting that many rainbows in, good for your brain, good for your gut health, good for your chronic disease risk. I get excited. I know you glaze over, but I'm like, that's just good for you.
Tasty and crunchy as well. Now I'm going to put some herbs in here as well.
Beautiful. I'm going to cook these prawns and then we can put this all together.
Love this.
Richo, these prawns are nearly there, so if you can combine for me some fish sauce, water, brown sugar and lime, that is the perfect kind of beautiful Asian flavoured dressing.
I'm loving this.
Yes.
I love the water because it sort of breaks down the fish sauce.
It does.
And you've got the sweetness of the sugar in there as
Yes.
well. And the lime. I'm loving this.
See, I would call that balance.
Balance.
The fish sauce and the lime and the sugar are like the perfect harmony. And these prawns are so easy to cook, Richo, so all I'm doing is waiting for them to just go that kind of solid white colour. You say like an egg white.
It's a similar sort of protein to egg white, so when it firms up, turns white, that's what you want. But if you overcook it, all the water comes out of it and it becomes tough, which is what you don't want.
It becomes tough. You always want to just get prawns just right. And I reckon these are nearly done. How easy is that dressing?
Really good.
Could you combine for me the rainbows and the noodles? Now, I'm using, like I said to you, these beautiful brown rice buns, and really, they're better for you, but really quite soft still. The amount of fibre that would be in that bowl from all the veggies and then the noodles as well, you're absolutely winning.
Now, I'm going to do this really gently now.
Beautiful.
Because we don't want to bust anything up.
No, we don't.
I
love that. It's a real Richoism. We don't want to bust anything up, no.
Now, I'm just thinking that you're going to pour that fish sauce all over my hands, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I thought so. Then I'm going to...
I love it. Are you content with that?
I'm going to have that lovely fish sauce smell on me all day.
Perfect.
It's a strong smell, but it's
is.
really nice. I love it.
It's really delicious. And for once, Richo, I'm just getting back at you. Let's bring this up and you can pile onto the plate that beautiful noodle salad. Now, this is all about noodles today, and I think we can agree that I've already won because of how good this looks.
This is one noodle dish, you're right.
One noodle dish.
Now, I'll just spread that out.
Beautiful.
I'm loving the look of it. I'll put the rest of it on there. Now, the thing I like about this is you've got some really, really good noodles in here, lots of veggies in here, and it is a big, bulky dish. So,
it is.
And prawns are expensive, so if you want the prawns to go a long way...
And imagine bringing this to the table. That looks absolutely cracking, particularly on a, you know, when you've got a barbecue and you're having people over. You don't need many prawns, as you said, but you could really, you know, alternate the protein. You could even do tofu if you're vegetarian. You could put anything on top of this.
Now, I would pour that oil all over the top of it. That's me, but you don't do that.
I don't do that because I don't think you need it, and you've got enough good stuff protein in the prawns. I'm not going to add anything extra. But how fresh and glorious does that look?
It does look great. It's a really simple dish that's easy to put together, and I can smell on my hands all of that lovely sauce. It's going to be fantastic. I want to go straight in here and try some of these.
Yeah, please do. The noodles.
Because that's the thing about the noodles and the dressing is that they will soak up all of that dressing and pick up the flavour. Oh, that's great.
Do you know what I love about it? You've got the soft vermicelli, but then you've got the crunchy lettuce and capsicum. It's a real texture hit, so full of flavour.
I love that dressing. I'm thinking you have the noodles and the salad, and I'll have the prawns.
Perfect.